Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law through this channel. I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. If anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategical compound return investing. So the objective is to try to get 201 trades, each an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, I'm going to be looking at ticker symbol SHOP, Shopify, and earnings, and also huge news for Shopify. And we're also going to be looking at ticker symbol SMCI with a significant update and also news with regard to the information shared by the company yesterday. And we're also going to be looking at a class action update for MMTLP, so stay tuned for that. And before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first of all, we can see in terms of the stock market, the US yields are holding gains ahead of inflation test due very soon, and the US stocks have been a little bit mixed, but in terms of steel, the news from Trump is that new 25% steel tariffs on steel and aluminium are due to start around about March the 4th, and Trump is looking to rework the US trade landscape. So this was also alerted in our Discord, where we stated that a number of beneficial stocks in terms of US steel could benefit from this. So these included stocks that we were watching, included AA, it included X, and it also included State Steel. So we also looked at news with regard to Apple, and ticker symbol AAPL was also up significantly over 3%, and there was a link with trading in terms of bar. So Apple shares were up close to 3% yesterday, and the company is teaming up with Alibaba to launch AI features for iPhone users in China. So good news for Baba and also good news for Apple. So in terms of significant earnings that we're looking at so far, so we've already had Shopify, McDonald's, Supermicro, computers, as well as a number of others, but the ones that we are also watching in the Discord include Reddit, Datadog, Coinbase, Moderna, Robinhood, and many more. Start by having a look at the earnings for Shopify. So we can see estimated sales was $2.73 billion, and that was a beat at $2.81 billion. The earnings per share estimated at 43 cents. Also a beat at 44 cents, so good news there. In terms of the guidance for sales was 2.32 billion, and that was also a beat compared to guidance of 2.31 billion dollars. However, the margin of 15% is down from the estimated 18%, so there was a little bit of a reaction in terms of the chart. So we have a look at the chart here. We can see at one point it went from trading around about $125 all the way to $115. So I think the market did see that as an overreaction, and we can see it recovered quite significantly, coming back to finish the day up over 3% at $123.59. So good news for everybody who held on to Shopify. But if we have a look at the overall summary, we can see here the company said it expects its first quarter revenue of approximately $2.32 billion compared to the consensus revenue of $2.3 billion for the quarter ending March 1st, 2025. In terms of key reminder of Shopify, this is a leading provider of internet infrastructure for commerce, offering trusted tools to start, grow, market and manage a retail business of any size. So great outlook there for Shopify for 2025. Let's now have a look at the key updates for SMCI Supermicro Computer, including earnings and also the outlook for the future, as well as news that was expected on Tuesday. So first of all, from Yahoo Finance, we can see that the stock is seesawing as the server maker says it will meet the new NASDAQ filing deadline. So let's now have a look at the earnings. So overall, the earnings was a miss. However, there is positive news in here, and the company have stated they expect to record a revenue of between $5.6 billion and $5.7 billion, and this is going to be below the $5.95 billion expected by Wall Street. In terms of the revenue guidance for 2025, so they're looking to cut this between $23.5 billion to $25 billion, lower than the previous range of $26 billion to $30 billion. So let's now have a look at impact in terms of the chart. So we can see here what happened is, first of all, The stock did go down approximately 9%, trading around about $38.61. However, we can see a good movement here in the after hours where it traded up over 8%, moved back up to $41.56. So certainly seesawing there. And what we can also see in terms of the update yesterday, the company confirmed in its Tuesday update that it had received subpoenas from the Department of Justice and the Securities and Exchange Commission looking for certain documents following the publications of the short seller report that was published in August 2024. So the company is cooperating. They have stated that with these document requests, but they have stated that they are also facing several securities litigation complaints and are trying to deal with that. However, overall, they do expect to meet the filing deadline, so hopefully positive news there. Finally, let's have a look at an update in terms of Schwab and a potential class action. So the motion has been denied, so we're going to have a look at the details of that shortly. So if we look here from the court listener page, dated February 11, 2025, there is an order denying as moot, and this is 55 motion for sanctions of spoliation of evidence and motion for a preservation order by the plaintiff, which is Scott. The plaintiff initially was looking at sanctions and a preservation order against the defendant Charles Schwab and Co. Against action that referred, and however the court has stated that they are granting Schwab's motion to stay the action against it and refer the matter to arbitration. So not good news there for Scott. The plaintiff may renew or refile his motions for sanctions and a preservation order if the stay on his claims against Schwab is lifted and these matters are not resolved. So potential small light at the end of the tunnel there. But if we'll have a look at the other update here at the bottom, we can see there's an order denying as moot 3 motion for limited class action certification. So this is an update with regard to potential class action. The plaintiff has filed a motion requesting a certification of a class under the law consisting of 65,000 MMTLP shareholders. This is with regard to Schwab. And what we can see here is the court has granted the motion by Schwab to stay the action against it. However, there are no claims currently pending before the court in which a class action could be certified. So this will be the potential move that may now happen. And the plaintiff is moving for a class action certification if the motion to file an amended complaint is granted, or in terms of the state of his claims is not lifted against Schwab. But let's have a look at a response from Scott and what he stated here. Tagging in Mark, he stated, do you think you have all the numbers you need to convert Anna's case to a class action? So potentially, I don't know if that will be joining up there, we will have to see. But what Mark has stated is comes after the complaint is accepted, after the motion to vacate and stay and leave to file the amended complaint. So the minimum number he states here is 34 investors, and that comes from when we have to certify the class. So I'm not sure if they have the 35 investors. However, he states under Florida law, state law, you only need 2 or more class members. So that will then also be considered as a class action. So the next update I'm going to share with you is from Guess Who, and this is with regard to the university lands. And what has been stated here is with regard to the university lands, we know that obviously there has been a loss in the lease for the Rio Grande, and it states here it's evidence that Greg McCabe went to great lengths to salvage the university lands. We do already know that, and we have seen some correspondence stating that, and he states here Greg McCabe went as far as to offer the following. So let's have a look at what Greg McCabe offered. He received an email from the university land regarding the non-payment of minimum royalties, and they were owed over $1.1 million plus obviously interest. So what has been stated also is upon execution of a mutually agreed upon extension of the drilling and development unit, Nextbridge Hydrocarbons will deliver a check to the university lands for the full amount of the minimum royalty payments plus interest. And Greg McCabe addressed all of the university lands concerns, and he sweetened the deal tenfold. However, it did not seem to be enough. And finally, I'm going to finish off by having a look at a quick review of the previous week's weekly watch list. And if you would like to get the next weekly watch list as well as the Daily stock alerts details are in description below, but previous week we called out HIMS, that was up over 21.5%, CIFR up over 13%, VIAV, a good call, up over 6%, PRTG up over 10.3%, as well as many more, but not all calls are successful. So finally, thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.